Hello, warriors! And welcome! Welcome to the finish line. You made it. Here we are, the last call of 2014 Warrior season, and I hope we are welcoming you to the winner circle. I hope you landed your 6K. I hope you're shopping with cash. I hope you are starting 2015 free of debt, and most of all, I hope you learned something that's going to stay with you and continue to inform your business long after 2014 is in the rearview mirror. So just a couple of quick shout-outs to my girl Shelly Renaud was singing the song this weekend and lining Kris Kringle's pockets to the tune of $460 in profit. Way to go, Shelly. And wanted to give a very special shout-out to my friend and amazing goddess in her own right, Madeline Cerrone. Madeline posted a great experience on the WOW page about a party that went from a toy party to a spa party to a toy party that was then a football party. And she took that situation and she managed to make it a win for herself and for her guests. And it was a great post about how to take it as it comes and to come up with a solution that is a win for everybody. So I just wanted to take a moment to mention that and send out some huge love to you, Madeline. Great job. And who nailed her first party with $2,700 in sales? Yes, that's right. I said $2,700 in sales. Jessica DeMeo, take a bow. Woo! Because woo! You are the warrior. So, Amy, what did you think of this round of WOW? What did you think?
You know, Kerri, this WOW session was definitely a little different, but in a good way. You know, with having our WOW calls pre-recorded, no one had to hear dishes clanking, kids getting yelled at to stop fighting. And my personal favorite was the toilet flushing.
That's right. Oh, did I unmute my line? I'm so sorry. Excuse me.
What? You need to get in here? You know, Warrior Wednesday, it was still a positive force. And I will continue to always say time and time again that there is strength in numbers. You know, knowing that the Warriors were plugging in together, drinking their cup of purple Kool-Aid, and putting their action steps to work. So let's go. Let's go through our calls that we have in. We had quite some
let's review.
calls. Yeah. So our first guest speaker was our catalog cover girl, Amy Martineau, for the call In It to Win It. Now, Amy's very passionate that the WOW program provides everyone with support, encouragement, ideas, and most of all, a boot in the butt to get up and do something. It helps hold you accountable that you will follow through with the tips and tools provided to you from all that is offered to you during WOW. Now, many of us have needed to gently be reminded that you cannot be successful in any business unless you're engaged. You have to be in it to win it. You can listen to every call, watch every BBW, attend every meeting, but if you're not going to take action on some of the topics that you're learning about, then what the heck's the point? So whether you have just started in the business or you've been here 10-plus years, you have to be actively working your business at all times.
Yep, that's right. And Amy reminded us to use the knowledge that we're given for free and to profit from it. So does that mean hours on hours every day? No. If you have time, definitely go for it. If you're busy, there's always 5 minutes. I love that she said that. You can always find 5 minutes somewhere.
Oh, very true. And speaking of time, Amy is passionate about our back office. Like, her mantra is use it, know it, and love it. There is a lot of information out there. Absolutely. So you need to take the time to explore. The information is there for a reason. So many questions can be answered by just using the back office resources.
Yeah, and we discussed how everyone always has something going on in their lives. There's always some drama. We know that sometimes things come up for family or for fun that take your attention away from your business.
Kerri, how many times have we seen firsthand a goddess blazing hot up on stage, collecting top sales and recruiting certificates, purple bags and treasure chest keys, and then 3 months later we're asking, what happened to so-and-so? And it's so sad to see someone just walk away from their business, something that they loved and they were so enthusiastic about. When we asked Amy for some advice to give to the warriors on staying committed to the long-term goals that they set for themselves, when they're tempted to sit back and relax a little bit, because let's be honest, unfortunately, some relax so much that they just give up their business. And Amy simply stated, your business is part of your life. You joined Athena's for a reason. And yes, that reason may change from time to time, but you invested in yourself. So don't give up on yourself. Stop thinking of Athena's as something outside of your life. It isn't. It's part of your life. Yeah, life happens. We tell our hostesses this all the time. So if you can't, think negatively when things happen, you can't change, and then they happen. So each time something comes up, take it one step at a time and find the most positive, effective outcome you can. Because we all know there's no perfect formula for a perfect balance. You have to make the shifts when necessary. Kids have a sports game. Bring business cards with you. Parent-teacher conferences. Heck, those teachers needed hand lotion samples as a thank you for teaching your kids. Kids are sick. Party that night. Swing the party. Warriors never cancel. Warriors support each other. Ask your team. Ask on the Warrior page. If you're stuck, use Happy Buzzing. The back office, your team, the Wild page. Kids' sports, birthdays, events, sleepovers, they all cost money. Trips and bills and concerts, vet trips, they all cost money.
Yep.
It's easy to drop $500. No, not a problem. So why not take a few hours, work your business, make some money, and have less stress about the how. And one thing that really stuck out to me about this call was Amy's 3 Ps to ensure that her business maintains its longevity. It was professionalism, positivity, and persistence.
Love that.
Amy said, and it's true. It's like the 3 Ps to stand by. And she's like, I'm always professional, yet light and fun when speaking to my customers and my hostesses and my recruit leads. This is my business, and I want them to want our products and to do what I do. I don't want them to never be, ever be offended by something that I said, and I don't want them to remember my party, not that I showed up, dressing like a schlub. So she's like, keep your low-cut, tight clothes at home and dress like you would for a business meeting. If it's a themed event, dress the part, yet be classy. If it's a PJ party, leave the little see-through Fredericks of Hollywood nightgown at home and go for the comfy classic PJs. And always be positive. Always on your Facebook, emails, phone calls, and absolutely when in front of a guest, customer, or hostess, anywhere, anytime. Never talk down about a person or another company. You can be empathetic. If someone's had a bad experience, still put a positive spin on any topic. These 2 items alone will keep them remembering the party, not anything negative you said or outfit you wore. Being persistent doesn't mean you have to be a stalker. I know. Some people are like, but I like stalker.
Just like how you say stalker.
Like a stalker. It means simply follow through with everything you say you're going to do. And she posts in her events and messages and calls her hostesses every Monday. Why? Because that day works for her. Pick a day that works for you and do it the same time every week. These are just a few examples of how those 3 Ps can work for the Warriors, too.
Yep. I loved Amy's feedback, too, when I asked her, do you have any advice for brand new warriors? Because we had a lot of brand new warriors this round. What pitfalls should they be watching out for? And more importantly, what can they look forward to? And she said, be patient and be positive. She said, you get out of your business what you put into it. And that doesn't mean putting in money. You need to put in time. You need to put in effort. Think of outside the box. Put to use what others have taught you and shared with you. So your team leaders, your fellow Athena's family cannot and will not want it more than you do. And you can't build a business from your house. That is such great advice, Amy. I loved that. You can't build a business from your house.
Mm-hmm.
You can help build your business behind your computer, your office walls, but you need to see people. You need to go where the folks are. So ask every person you come across. Be proud of the amazing company that you are a part of. You have to be brave and learn how to hear no. No is okay. And realize that your friends and your family will not be your main source of parties. They can be a good launching pad, but, you're going to burn them out in 1 or 2 parties max. So it was, great to have repeat customers, and I thought that was really good advice for all of our new folks.
Absolutely. Oh, then we had Jim Kalos. He was our second speaker for our call, Hostess Coaching for the Holiday Success. And I have to say, it had been a pleasure working with him up to the call. And I know the Warriors were so excited to hear from one of our successful Adoni. And Jim, he really landed an important topic, hostess coaching. And I think it's natural for us to get really hyper-focused about getting bookings. But we don't want to see what happen. What we don't want to see happen is to let the client interaction after the party is booked slide. So Jim shared with our warriors why we should host this coach and how it really benefits your business.
That's right. We talked a lot about that, and that was an important topic for him to start with. When we coach our host or hostess, it puts us in the driver's seat of our business. Yes, we're there to spoil our host and our hostesses, but ultimately we want to be putting money in our own pockets. We're in business to make money. And if we don't coach our hostess, we're putting our profits in the hands of the hostess, who is usually a complete stranger. And that's like handing out a blank check on the street. And I thought that was a really good way to put it. He or she may want to earn free products, but with our help, they can earn even more, which ultimately puts more money in the bank for you and less bills piling up, which this time of year is very important. So thank you, Jim, for acknowledging that we have tons of newbies out there and being honest about learning from yours and plenty of others, I'm sure, mistakes. Not doing any coaching at all when you first started, and it left your party sales up to fate. So looking back at my beginning, I know I could kick myself in the butt for all the missed opportunities that I had. And you're right, hostess coaching is the answer. You did an awesome job, Jim.
Oh my God, you are so right. This is so important for our warriors that are here to meet their goals. We have bills to pay, and it's a pretty big leap of faith that the hostess is going to be as focused as the goddess or Adonis, on making sure the night is a success. I repeat, you cannot just set a party date, then expect to call the hostess the night before her party, expecting her to say, oh my gosh, I just have no idea how we're going to fit everyone in my house. I have at least 40 confirmed people coming. Come on. That would be,
if only.
That's like every direct seller's wet dream. You have to put some elbow grease into your hostess coaching. Become friends with your hostess. Friends don't cancel on friends. In fact, they want to throw a killer party for you just so that you make out as well. And when Jim talked about the specifics to cover with your clients during coaching, I loved the phrase, no child left behind policy.
That was good.
No child left behind. And first and foremost, that is when you inform your hostess that absolutely no one under the age of 18 can be permitted on a property. No, your kid cannot be in the bedroom upstairs with the door closed or in the backyard playing. Now, this is a huge one. It always amazes me how many people do not think of babies as under 18, and we need to protect ourselves, protect the integrity of our business, and also protect the hostess from making a mistake that could cost her the ability to have her party or worse. When I'm hostess coaching, I find that, if my hostess has experienced child care issues, I like to swoop in and offer her the Nutty Buddy party, having her co-host with another friend of hers, but at her friend's home instead. Having her split the hostess credits with a friend is better, it's better having no hostess credit, right, at all due to her having to cancel her party. So she's going to take the half of the credit. Plus, I also give her, I give her friend a pretty sweet gift for letting us use her home. No one likes to hear from their hostesses on a Friday morning that they need to cancel that night due to babysitting issues. Like, heavens forbid they don't call and they just send you a text. Ugh. Coaching your hostesses, your newfound friend, it helps to eliminate some of these cancellations. But, of course, everyone does have legitimate emergencies, too.
Yep, it's terrible to get those texts. I'm going to have to cancel for tonight. Ugh. But this is why you need to get the guest list from your hostess to ensure that people are actually invited. I know that you've heard this time and time again, but guess what? We're going to run through it again, kids, Jim Kalo style. So when you book a party with a potential hostess, tell her that you need the guest list within 1 week's time in order to hold the party date that she selected. If you don't have her guest list within the week's time, the date becomes available for another potential host or hostess. I know it can be scary to ask for that guest list. I get it. We totally understand. I know. I used to be afraid to ask for the guest list as well. But don't sound like you're desperate or begging for it. Phrase it in a way that makes it a positive for your hostess. Say something like, you're already doing so much just by having this party. Please allow me to do the work of sending out the invitations. You just sit back, relax, allow me to spoil you for a change. And then take that guest list and proceed to fill out the invitations for everyone on the list. Once again, this is all about how you are framing this in your mind. This is not a hassle for your client. It's a service. You are being of service. So for those of you who send out invitations for your hostess, how many times have you shown up for a party and seen the invitations sitting on the kitchen counter and they haven't been opened? That's the worst. You take the time and the money and you give them the invitations and then you show up and they're sitting there like with an elastic around them. It's such a waste. One of the number one reasons a party cancels low attendance. This really puts the power of making sure the party holds in our hands.
And you can't rely on Facebook invites, guys. You know, people's eyes quickly glance over these now. It makes me feel special to receive something in the mail besides a bill from National Grid. And I know you all know exactly what I mean. National Grid is not sending out Christmas cards this year to see how you're doing. So doesn't it put a smile on your face opening up holiday cards right now? Plus, by sending out the invitations, you are also able to mention that, hey, if they're unable to attend the party, they are more than welcome to shop online and enter their hostess's party number to help build their friend's bank of free products. By guests knowing the party number ahead of time, they can, you can usually walk into a party with the hostess already receiving free products. And what a great feeling that is. It takes some of the anxiety out of the party because you made money before you even left your house, and every little bit helps, especially without those outside web orders. Your hostess might have been shy of a $500 party and all the extra benefits, the monthly hostess special, and extra hostess credit. So I really love the sound of excitement in Jim's voice when he said, after the invitations are sent, this is when, I do my first check back with my hostess, and he reminds them about the No Child Left Behind policy, and he tells them that he's put a smiley face sticker on each invite. If they can correctly identify how many of a certain color smiley face sticker he put on the invites, they will receive an additional free prize the night of their party. This gets the hostess excited to earn something for free, but it gets them to actually pick up their phone and call each of their guests to talk about the party. So when they call their guests, when they call their guest list, I have them get a rough idea how many people are expected to come to their party, and once they've contacted everyone on their guest list, I have them call me back, tell me how many people they think are coming to the party as a rough head count, but how many colored smiley face stickers I've asked them to find.
That was awesome. Jim showed us how easy it is to really engage in your hostess and make sure that she has games and to play and prizes to earn before you even have pulled into the driveway. I love that. He's making fun before he even gets there. So that was awesome. Also, don't forget to tell your host or your hostess about the Square Game. If you're going into the back office and you go into the Resources tab, hit Control F and type in Square Game, and this will take you to Heather Greco's copy of the Square Game. I know Jim mentioned it. If his hostess can sell 50 squares, he'll give her yet another free prize. So that's a great way to, he's always bringing the fun. And speaking of games, Amy, have you been able to try my Devil Dog game yet? I have to ask you.
You're so funny, Kerri. You know there is a shortage of them right now in New England. Just like my pecan pie Pringles. Katie Mahoney, I hope you received yours. So that's actually going to bring us back to our first code word. The first code word is devil, D-E-V-I-L. Our first code word is devil. So back to our friend Jim, he's definitely schooled us that hostess coaching doesn't end the night of the party. He sends out thank you cards to every single person who attended the party and throws a little sample of raw in there as well. He does this about 3 to 5 days after the day of the party. It helps to keep him fresh in everyone's mind, and he lets the guests know that they on a wham bam thank you ma'am kind of custom form. Did you get that?
I did.
So let your clients,
and I'm glad he's staying fresh also.
Exactly. Don't let your clients think that they are wham bam thank you ma'am to you. So get out your Lyrica bike shorts, write out those thank you cards while you're dancing to Baby Got Back, just like Jim does.
That's right. This one's for Jim. Baby, we want to get with you.
Now, Annie Driscoll was our third call and gave us some amazing ideas for the 12 days of Christmas. Now, Annie Driscoll, she's not just a diva in the kitchen. I mean, have you seen the pictures of goodies she's been baking? Hello, I want some of that chocolate chip cheesecake, honey. And if you've been following Annie, oh my gosh, she's always making stuff. I love it when she does her strawberry cheesecake things too. Hopefully she brings some in January. Now, if you've been following Annie on Facebook, you've seen that Annie is a booking machine for 2015. That should be her tagline.
That's
She
totally
wants to buy, she wants to buy a house, and she is putting on her Olivia Newton-John sweatbands and getting ready to, let's get physical. And she's going to do it with a lot of determination, sweat, and action. You know, she's such a wealth of information, and I could listen to Annie for hours. You know, without a doubt, I could tell how much everyone enjoyed and learned from Annie, always going to be Dumas to me, Driscoll's call. I always call her Annie Dumas still.
I know.
Well, it's like it catches me. I'm like, I'm sorry, you've been married for a while now. All I have to do, and I don't know about you, Kerri, is look through my Facebook newsfeed. Annie's 12 Days of Xmas Shopping Extravaganza is being shared all over the place. Like, for 12 consecutive days, Annie features a different Athena's product in her Facebook status, and with a little jingle behind it to make it catchy and fun, and she offers that particular item for 30% off. Huge discount. That helps generate some nice sales numbers. And an example of that would be, on the third day of Xmas, my true love gave to me Supreme Shave Cream to keep my skin smooth and rash-free. Now, I know I sounded off-key there.
No, it was good. It was really good.
I was like, was it one?
I love it.
Now, clients can wait till the final day of the sale to purchase, to place their order for any of the 12 items, so they're not going to be charged shipping multiple times. And Annie went on to discuss how both Freedom and Indie Business Plans can place these orders for these items.
Oh, my gosh. Her promotion was so widely shared. I was trying to count how many Goddesses and Adonises were participating in the 12 Days of Christmas, and I lost track, I think, after 50. So thank you so much for super valuable gem, Annie. That was awesome.
And our fourth call was Backup Plans, Cancellations with Jessica Carter and Katrina Vidal. Now, Katrina,
I love those women.
All I could think of when say Jessica Carter is like that wrestling promo that we did, and the guy was like, I want to bench press Jessica Carter. That's right. Now, Katrina addressed the big white elephant in the room, and we've all been there. Your hostess is so excited to book her party, then poof, you can't get her to respond to you anymore. So short of your hostess getting sucked into the Bermuda Triangle, how do you deal with a hostess who ignores you? And Katrina quite eloquently said, first of all, I've never, ever had a hostess who ignored me follow through with her party. So when a hostess is ignoring you, it's for a reason. And it's cowardly. All of us warriors, if we changed our mind or needed to cancel, I know that we would show some direct sales love and let that person know right away. But really think about it. She's ignoring you. She hasn't sent you a guest list, hasn't invited anyone to the Facebook event page. Don't kid yourself. If you don't have a guest list, a no guest list, no party policy in place, at a point you will need to send her a message letting her know she needs to respond by a certain date to keep her party. And to do this, she says she hits her up in every way possible: phone, text, email, Facebook message. Facebook message would be a great indicator because, you could definitely see when a person's read it. This example, right from the moment she's ignoring you is a perfect opportunity to double book yourself and open this date to a potential hostess ASAP.
That's right, people. If somebody hasn't responded to you in 2 weeks, why wait another 2 weeks for a response? She no answer, she no party. It gives you time to get someone who wants to party into that slot.
And any hostess that ignores you and never responds to you again after booking, they never orgasm again. Just saying. Next.
Yep, what Amy said, that's truth.
One thing that Katrina really inspired me to do as a booking gangster was to start double booking and to host 2 parties back-to-back on the weekend. As you all know, my son is in college and URI wants their tuition paid. And I really took time. Like, they just want their money. They're another one who's not sending season greeting cards either to see how you're doing. And they're like, oh, look at Merry Christmas. Nope, pay this amount in the next 10 days. I really took to heart her tips about scheduling the parties and giving enough time to travel to each party. Also, keep track of time during your demo. It's so easy to go on and on about the products that we love so much. And I actually heard Katrina's voice in my head saying, what's your time? Knowing you need to cut some things out. And my party sales for the first time I had done that in a while was $2,400 that Sunday. 2K paves a day, and one day, boom-ba! And I was like, that was some pretty sweet cash. Was I tired after? Yeah, but was I happy I did it? Heck yeah. So maybe you're sitting there saying, I haven't tried that yet. I don't know if that booking style is for me. Well, that's okay. But I will say is, don't knock it till you try it. Challenge yourself and try it. It's a great backup if you have a party rescheduled. You still have that backup of the other party that day, and it takes the sting out of the cancellation.
Yeah, and not only do we talk about double booking, but we're also lucky to have double speakers for that call. Many people are more tuned in to having a party where they donate their hostess credits to a charity. It's a great way to offer a twist to friends, gathering for fun, or turning into helping a great cause for those who, don't do the home party thing. So that really changed their mind to host a party and help their favorite charity, which is awesome. It's an awesome way to fill your heart and your calendar. So listen to this next sentence, warriors.
Only an asshole cancels a fundraiser. And only a fool would cancel a party with our bacon-loving vegetarian Jessica Carter.
Damn, Skippy. In the spirit of our topic of cancellations, one of the things you can throw together if you have a last-minute cancellation is a fundraiser. So it's a great idea because it's good for your business and it's good for your soul. And Just Schooled Us on fundraisers. They're a great way to help, not only give back to your little world, but they also help. It's a great way to get sales and your overall numbers up. A fundraiser can help you hit 2K paves the way for the month. It could boost you above the $1,000 mark if you're a leader trying to hit that % milestone. Heck, if you're Freedom, it could boost you over the 5,000 mark, and you could earn that extra 5%. So think about it. Jess is from Maine. They get a lot of snow up there, and it's not officially winter until next week. So you need to have a backup plan for inclement weather. And I am channeling Jess Carter through me right now. Picture me as a foxy redhead holding a plate of crispy bacon as I speak to you about fundraisers. My husband does it all the time. So if your Saturday night party cancels on Friday night, throw a fundraiser together. If you haven't done one in a while, you want to be smart about how often you're doing fundraisers. Make sure that they're not bumping up against any other sales or specials that you're trying to do. Try and do one big fundraiser every couple of months, depending on what's happening and how busy you are. Of course, you can make some fundraisers really elaborate. You can hold actual live events, etc. Those kind of things take a lot of time, of course. So Jess has done quite a few really successful fundraisers that she has thrown together because of her weekend parties, canceled at the last minute. Put together an email blast, a Facebook event, and share that info with all of your contacts. You could pick an organization and say that, a percentage of the orders received before Sunday at midnight would go directly to that organization. Just likes to also offer some kind of incentive for ordering, either raffling off a hostess credits or offering a % off sales to the customers as well, 15% off, and 15% to the organization is one of what Jess has used for a lot of Freedom Goddesses because, then you're still getting 5% out of your 35 to cover your fees and any other expenses. And you can also take that opportunity to make some customer care calls and let them know that you're contacting them because you're running this amazing special to help them save money and to help the local animal shelter or whatever, special thing is in your heart to do.
In our next call, we had the fabulous Jill Cram and Kelly Lonergan. These ladies reminded us that it's not just about the parties, but there is a fortune in the follow-up. And there are plenty of opportunities for us to add to our income with outside orders. Jill and Kelly gave us a great idea of offering to be the personal shopper for our male client and take advantage of the Black Friday excitement to offer specials. And they gave us some great script ideas, and Jill suggested using MailChimp.
Yep, that suggestion was taken even further, Amy, when we were graced by the mermaid goddess herself, Miss Cecilia, and we had her for the You've Got Mail call. And Cecilia is amazing and someone I really admire. She has a master's in social work. She's passionate about sexual education. And she explained how easy MailChimp was to use. Creating newsletters is as easy as drag and drop. Some of us really needed to hear that. She explained the different sections we can add to our newsletters, how to add images, and there's really no limit to what you can do creatively. Editing images right in the app, scheduling emails to be sent for a specific date and a specific time. You can even put links to other social media applications like Instagram, Pinterest, and, of course, Facebook, all the ones that we use.
And I also like that she talked about the dreaded opt-out. The number one reason people opt out of the newsletters and other ways to follow something is that they were sending out items too frequently. Hello, remember Old Navy. The second reason is that their content became too repetitive or boring. And the third reason that people unsubscribe is that, they're just decluttering their inboxes from other emails as well. So this was a valuable reminder not to send out information too frequently, and that we need to change up our content, evaluate the style and look of your newsletter at every 6 months to a year. And she encouraged us to ask others on our teams for feedback before sending it out, and don't take it personally when they do unsubscribe.
That's right. And she also reminded us that we need to ask permission to add people to our mailing list, and we need to ask. Just like when we're looking to fill our calendar, but permission is important. The thing she said that stuck in my head was newsletters build relationships, not create them. I thought that was really clever.
Yep. And, Kerri, I think we are missing one more call.
I think you're right, Miss Amy. Mine. Stop pizzing away your profits. I loved having the opportunity to talk to warriors about their business as a conduit for great things, big things, and reminding them that Athena's is the answer.
I remember your big action step from that call was clarity, challenging the warriors to get clear on what they want and to focus on that goal so that it would help us treat our money differently. And I can tell you firsthand, now that I have tuition to pay, I'm not letting any of my profit get pissed away. My baby boy needs that new English book.
Don't I know it, Amy? We are expecting acceptance letters any day here at the Sellers House. I think that piece of the call I got the most feedback on was not running your business from zero, because there's a cost for doing business. That means the cost to open your doors, things like the monthly technology fee if you belong to an email service like MailChimp, business cards, updates to your kit, meeting tickets, networking groups, and memberships. It frustrates me when I see someone on social media complaining that they're missing a meeting or BBW because they couldn't afford it. It's poor planning, people. If you have the BBW schedule and the meeting schedule for the rest of the year, they are not a surprise. There's just no excuse for not having planned to attend. And a willing heart finds a million ways, and an unwilling heart finds a million excuses. So don't make excuses, because we can do better than that. Being prepared for the sudden opportunity to participate in an expo or a parade or rent a booth in the perfect spot, these things are going to come up in the course of doing your business. If you have a team, if you're growing a team, maybe there's some cost there as well. I challenged the warriors at that time to put $25 from every party away and start to build a base in their account so that they're never running from zero.
And speaking of zero, Kerri, that is about how much time we have left. It's time to wrap up this round. I know. Like, whew. Okay, warriors, before I give you the last code word, please listen closely to the instructions. If you're listening to this call Wednesday, December 17th, you have two things to do before going to bed tonight. Email wow@athenashn.com, WOW@athenashn.com. In the subject line, you must put Warriors of Wealth. In the body of the email, you need to leave your name, your Goddess or Adonis number, and the two code words. And the last thing you must do to be entered to win $100 in free product is to go to our WOW Facebook page and post your aha moment underneath the thread we have pinned to the top of the page with the 3 action steps for this week. Yes, we're going to give you 3 action steps, even though it's a lot.
You're not getting off that easy.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, people. Now, please do not post them randomly on the page. They're not going to count towards winning the $100 in free product. And Mother Goddess will draw a name on Thursday and post the winner in the group page. And before we give you the second code word, we want to remind you to get those contracts into the home office. The 2015 distributor agreement must be received, not postmarked, received at Athena's headquarters by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday, December 30th, 2014. Athena's is not responsible for the post office delays, and the headquarters is also closed on Wednesday, December 31st, New Year's Eve. So you're hearing it, go in your back office, print it out, and mail it in. So
get it done.
That's right, get it done. Now, here's your second code word. Your second code word is dog, D-O-G. Your second code word is dog.
Woo!
That's bad. Now, all emails must be received by 11:59 Eastern Standard Time on Friday, December 19th. But warriors never wait. We get it done. So, till next time, everyone.
That's it. The end of the round. We love you.
Woo! Yes, we love you. We can't wait to see everyone at the January meeting.
We'll see you in January, babies. Woo! Get it done.